What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm here today to give you guys a review of the women's Nike Air Max 1 in the Great Indoors colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Heffelux. When it comes to sneakers, comfort is king. So when you buy a pair of shoes and find out they're uncomfortable, one of the easiest ways to fix that is to swap out the insoles. So that's where Heffelux comes into play. If you check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box, you'll see they sell a variety of eTPU insoles, which pretty much is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you guys are curious to try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and take 15% off your entire purchase, and be sure to tell them that I sent you. So this right here is a recently released women's Nike Air Max 1, which dropped back on March 15th. Nicknamed the Great Indoors, the colorway for this shoe is inspired by extravagant and fancy interior design and decor, including intricate upholstery and rugs. So these released for a price of $150 US or $190 here in Canada, and the official colorway for this shoe is Sail, Black, and Celestine Blue. So Nike has been dropping a lot of really solid women's Air Max 1 colorways, and this one is one of the loudest pairs I've seen so far in a while. When I first saw the initial product images of this shoe, I was really drawn to this design of this shoe because it's just so unique, it's so wild, and I think this has the potential to become a future classic down the road. So diving into the details of this shoe, let's take a close look because there's so much detail within this shoe. I want to break down all the different components. So on the toe box, we have this Jacquard fabric, which features a mix of floral print as well as Nike swooshes throughout. Covering the U-throw area of the shoe, as well as surrounding the front toe cap, we have this textured leather, which almost feels like a cracked leather to the touch, and throughout it has this cow print finish to it, which is such a striking contrast compared to the knit found on the toe box. On the mid panel of the shoe, we have this heavily tumbled leather, which is done in the sail color, and covering the top two eyelets, we have the Celestine Blue leather, and the eyelets themselves are constructed out of a blue colored TPU. Stitched on top of the quarter panel, we have the suede, which features this tiger print, and then beneath this you can see we have that cow print leather, which serves as a mudguard wrapping around the very bottom of the shoe and looping around the heel as well. In the middle of the heel, we have this paisley print textile, and embroidered in the center we have Nike Air branding in black. And then wrapping around the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have the silky smooth black colored satin-like material, which gives the shoe a touch of sophistication. As far as the laces go, so these come with two different lace options. The standard default lace is a black colored velvet lace, which is definitely something you don't see too often. But if you're not feeling these laces, they also give you a secondary pair of sail colored laces as well. Underneath this, the tongue is covered in suede, and once again it features that same tiger print that we saw on the side swoosh. And on the very top we have the square tag with Nike Air Max branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe is lined in that same silky smooth satin-like material. And then as far as the insoles go, so these come with their typical foam-lined Air Max insole, but it features a tiger print graphic found throughout on the top, and stamped on the heel we have Nike Air branding in white. So the upper of these Air Max 1s sits atop a full-length polyurethane foam midsole, and this entire foam midsole is painted in sail. On the heel we have this cutaway exposing the Nike Air unit that's found within the midsole itself, and the Air unit is painted in this orange color. And then turning this pair over to the bottom, here we have your standard Air Max 1 outsole. So this is entirely constructed out of a Celestine Blue colored rubber. We have that same waffle style traction pattern on the forefoot, along with Nike Air branding running down the center of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Air Max 1s. And for those wondering about sizing, so this is a women's release. So keep in mind, if you're trying to get your men's equivalent size, you would add 1.5 sizes up. So for example, to me, these fit me true to size, so I got these in a size 10 men's, which converts to a women's 11.5. So if you're, for example, a men's 8.5, you'd be aiming for a women's size 10. So long story short, whatever size you normally wear for your Air Max 1s, I'd stick with that same size converted to women's. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any other Air Max 1. It's not going to be the most comfortable shoe out there, and honestly, it feels pretty stiff and firm underfoot. This is technology from 1987, so it is a little bit outdated, and I wouldn't say it's that comfortable of a sneaker, but for an everyday casual use shoe, the Air Max 1 is going to be perfectly fine. Just don't expect anything super soft underfoot. It's more of a firmer ride if anything, and you're going to be totally fine. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, material quality I was very impressed with. There's so much variety when it comes to the materials used on this shoe, and I was pretty impressed with pretty much all of it. So we have a bunch of genuine leather found on this shoe, and the other materials used were also very impressive too. All the different textiles used, especially on the toe box, this really felt like a more of an elevated version of an Air Max 1, and I was pretty impressed with that. And from a build and craftsmanship standpoint, all in all, this was pretty solid. The stitch job on the shoe was pretty good, the panels were placed and stitched on consistently, and I thought the paint job was pretty solid as well. So I pretty much had no issues at all with this pair, so I'd say that this was a pretty impressive release from Nike. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. Obviously, because of how loud the design of this shoe is, this is not going to be a colorway for everyone. It's such a loud, unique design, it's for sure going to be one of those statement pieces that you rock, and I can totally understand why some people hate this shoe, while other people really love it. For me, I'm more of the camp of loving it. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this has the potential to become a future classic when it comes to Air Max 1 colorway. And while I can't see myself wearing this shoe that often, I think if you pair this up with a bit more of a muted looking upper, you can let the uniqueness and the loudness of this design really shine. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this great indoors Nike Air Max 1. What are your overall thoughts on the colorway and the design? And for anyone watching, did you also pick up a pair of these? Did you pass or take an L? Either way, drop a comment down below. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.